I just find it amusing because we don't really. Oh, that was good. Hey guys, welcome to TCR. Sid here. Thanks for clicking on the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Today is grape harvesting day, and in past years we've had a lot more grapes on the property, but because of some flooding that we had, we've lost a lot of our grapevines. So I used to do several 5-gallon buckets worth of grapes, but I think today this will probably be all I'll need. I might need to get one more container, but I think this will do the trick. So let's cut some grapes and have a chat. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do with the grapes yet. These are, and I know a lot of you are gonna say, oh, make wine, make wine. We're not gonna make wine, all right? Because we don't have all the equipment to do that, and we're not big wine drinkers, so we're not gonna make wine. But we usually make jelly. And usually we time it right so that Mike has jalapenos ready in the garden when we're ready to make the jelly. So hopefully these will be good in the fridge for a little bit. I gotta get them off the vines though before the birds find them, or the goats, because they escaped the other day and came over here and ate some. So I've got to make sure I get them off the vines so they're not in danger anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick all these bad boys. This is like the one gardening thing, I guess you could say, that I do that Mike doesn't do, is I'm always in charge of the grapes. I don't know how that came to pass exactly, but it did. This will be interesting because I'm filming this by myself with the tripod, because obviously I can't use the selfie stick and try to complete a task because that just is not going to fly. So we're going to do it this way today and hope that it works out. So I've been getting a lot of flack lately for doing things around here in like wearing something cute, or you know, getting a little, I don't know. But here's the deal, there's nowhere to go right now. Like, there's nothing much to do. So this is like my one opportunity to like put myself together and like feel a little bit good about myself for a minute, I guess. So I take full advantage of it. And there's no reason why you can't, just because you have farm animals and just because you have a garden and just because you have, you know, there's no reason why you can't still have some fun and put yourself together. I always laugh because when I was pregnant with Frankie, people always said to me, wait till you have her, you're gonna let yourself go, you're not gonna ever like do your hair again or wear anything cute again, that's just like the end of it. And I was like, I don't think so, because that's just not how I roll. It's just not my MO. And I proved them all wrong, because I'm like a weird combination of tomboy and girly girl. Believe it or not, but there's nothing I love better than going out and playing with the animals and stuff, but I still like to, you know, be girly, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I know a lot of people are like, oh, you don't really do any of this stuff around here, you know, there's no way you do. And I just think it's funny because I do all the time. And I think it's funny that we put people in pigeonholes that, you know, if you look a certain way, you can't do certain things. But there's no reason why I can't. I'm very capable of doing a lot of things. I choose not to do the gardening because I think it's boring. I love what comes out of the garden. I'm glad Mike is into gardening because, well, I'm not. So that works out well. People have an assumption that if you're a farmer, you have to look like you just rolled out of bed, and I don't know, I guess I just don't subscribe to that stereotype. You know, oh, you know, you're not really doing any of that stuff, and oh, she's just a trophy piece. No, I really get up at 4 in the morning and start my day and make the coffee and then go out there and take care of the animal. You know, I might not be what some people might picture as somebody who is very passionate about farming and enjoys raising animals and doing all of that, but I am. Never really addressed it before on here. I've responded individually to comments, but I'm a girly girl, tomboy, you know, we look at people and we make certain assumptions or we think certain things. And, you know, Mike and I have been together for, what, going on 20 years. You know, he was a broke musician when I met him. I don't know, I guess we don't get hung up on that kind of stuff, but a lot of people do. And, you know, I don't look like I did 20 years ago, and neither does he. But it's all right, because we are where we are. But people always make comments about, like, oh, why are you with that old guy? And I'm like, well, we've been together for 20 years. There's what, like a 9-year age difference between us? It's not that big of an age difference. I was very independent at 21. I had a career. I had my own apartment. had my own car. So I paid my own bills. I took care of myself. And he was a broke musician. So all these people that comment that, oh, he must be her sugar daddy or whatever. No, we worked our butts off for everything that we have now. We've made a lot of sacrifices. We worked a lot of long hours. You know, there was time where I was working full-time at the pharmacy, had another job at another pharmacy that was part-time, worked waitressing or bartending, because I got more into the bartending out of the waitressing at one point, taught line dance lessons, DJ'd one night a week at the club, and Mike was house band and DJing the other nights. He went to school for a little while during that time to use up his GI Bill, and had taken a break from working, you know, his day job for a while. So yeah, I mean, it was crazy. It was a crazy time, but we got through it, and that was how we spent our 20s, you know, until we were married for, what, 5 years before we even had Frankie. I just find it amusing because we don't really... Oh, that was good. Shabby of a haul just for this one little plant right here. I've got this one 5-gallon bucket filled and then this other giant bowl filled. So we'll see if I can't talk Mike into making some jelly in the next week, because I tried to make jelly before. Granted, I was following his directions, and apparently he told me after the fact that he left out a very important step. This was like right when we first moved here, and so it looked like brains in a jar. It was all congealed and crazy. And so he has been deemed the jam and jelly maker because of that incident, which is fine with me, but I always have to juice it and do all that, but I can't do that till right before he's gonna make it. So we'll see if Mike ends up making it this year. We kind of have like a curse when it comes to the grapes, because we lost so many of them during the flood, and then every year since the first year that we harvested grapes, something has happened to where we were not able to make the jelly, i.e. the entire house had the stomach flu the last time, and we couldn't, I mean, it was bad. It hit our house hard. And then another time, Mike threw out his back really bad, so he couldn't make it. And then another time, there was always something bad that ended up happening that we couldn't do it. So keep your fingers crossed for us that Mike can actually make jelly this year and not have some crazy, I mean, because really what else could happen right now, you know? So hopefully we can get him to do that. And usually his assistant, when he's making things like that, I'll wipe down the jars and get the lids ready and stuff, and I juice everything and get it ready for him to actually make the jelly. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, not a bad haul for just our little grapevine here. A little chit chat about stuff. Don't forget to like the video, guys, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell so you get the notifications.